Thanks again for tuning in to Millennial Diligence. I'm your host, Tom. Today's recap is going to be a little bit different. I just wanted to zoom in on one particular video we did this week, and it was in regards to not quitting your job yet. All the economic indicators are pointing to a job market that is not, it's on very shaky ground. And even though the listings are up and openings are up, actual hiring is down. Top comment, I'm living it and can concur with your assessment. Employers are data mining and not actually hiring. Now, this is an interesting idea. Are these employers just mining basically applications, and to what end? I need to look a little more deeply into this idea, but why would a company actively put these postings up just to farm applications? I don't know where the rubber hits the road there, honestly. This is true. I just found a job in 2024 and have been on the search since October 2023. Nowadays, it's not what you know, but who you know. And thank God I now work at a hospital in Orlando, Florida. But boy, the job market sucks now. I'm 33 years old. Love your channel. That's the whole thing. All these comments really reflected the same sentiment. The idea that it's not nearly as easy out there as the media would portray it to be. Haley with a comment. 100% agree with that assessment, especially with the amount of layoffs happening across the job board. It honestly feels like a lot of people, myself included, are holding their breath for after November. I'm staying put for now as there's room for growth at my current company. However, expanding my skill set will take time, as you said. For now, it's mostly cutting costs within reason and doing overtime so long as it's allowed me to stay afloat. That's something that I would definitely advise if it's at all possible. So say you are in a job and there is an opportunity for upward mobility, I would expand your skill set. I would ask your manager or whoever to up your responsibility and make yourself more valuable. Now, this can backfire in a number of ways. Say if you're taking on more responsibility and they get into the habit of kind of taking advantage of you and not upping your pay, it can backfire. But in terms of job security and upward mobility, I really don't see too much of a downside to asking for more responsibility and expanding your skill set. I think that's going to help you in the long run no matter what. I got laid off a month ago. Legit the worst time ever. Nobody I know is getting hired. Even my old coworkers who have master's degrees and years of professional experience. It's very rough out there. Even with all the degrees in the world, if there aren't enough jobs to go around, that's going to be a problem. And I think we're seeing that. We're seeing the squeeze. Too few actual positions, too few actual hires, but a glut, especially in millennials and Gen Z, a glut of overqualified people that have degrees, people that have certifications, they have experience now. We finally have years of experience under our belt, but it's not necessarily translating into a good job. And we're going to see more of this as time goes on. I think in the coming year or two, there's going to be a real squeeze in terms of how many people are looking for jobs and how many jobs there actually are to go around. Here's a comment that reflects kind of the negative side to this. I honestly can't take my job anymore. My employer is being abusive, milking me for every second of my life with more workload and without promoting me because they know I won't be able to find anything else as of this moment. So like we said before, if you are stuck and it's potentially abusive, it might be time to leave, but you can't leave because you need a job. So many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, they can't afford to just jump ship. So they get caught in these very negative situations, and I feel for them. Most likely going to stay since I am seeing firms trying to find ways to save money and cutting back on projects. I'm better off sticking to my current job since it will be difficult to get a wage hike in this economy with so much difficulty in just getting selected and instead of being a list of potential hires. So that's the whole thing. It goes back to staying in your secure job, and if you can, expanding your skill set and upping your desirability. Make them have to rely on you. Learn the skills that they know that you might be the only one there that can do. Make yourself more essential, if that makes sense. And finally, this one is in regards to ghost jobs. Too many ghost jobs. I always look for the job turnover rates. Those are the ones that are always hiring. I found a caretaker job and was automatic swamped with hours. I already got a $3 raise and I hadn't worked 3 months at that time. 5 months into it and I'm already getting 94 hours in a 2-week period because no one will stay. 94 hours are too many hours, but they do pay overtime right after 8 hours. Don't have to put in 40 hours that week. Automatic goes to time and a half after 8 hours per day. They're trying to keep me giving me that raise. I didn't even know anything about being a caretaker. 4 days training and passed all my certificates that week, and I was a caretaker. Paying me while I was in training, working a full-time job in a week's time. Great pay, nice people. People don't want jobs, I guess. So here's an example of someone who tried something new and unusual and kind of went into something that they'd never done before. And before they knew it, they were getting, pay bumps and promotions, that kind of thing. So maybe looking for unconventional roles is also going to be more viable. If you really do want to leave your job, look for something unconventional or look for something that's kind of niche, and then just get in there and kick ass at it. I think that's always a good advisable. I say that if your current position is just unbearable, strike out and look at something from a different perspective, and maybe something that's outside the norm, be it a service job or something like that. Like caretaker, interesting. That might work for a certain type of person. I just want to take a little time to show my appreciation. We just went over 1,000 subs. The reception to this channel has been amazing. I'm learning a lot with your comments and your feedback. It truly has been a great experiment, and I'm going to keep it up. I'd love for you guys to submit the topics you want to hear more about or any kind of feedback on the videos. This is a channel for us to open a forum on these types of things, and I just really want to say I appreciate everything you guys have done helping me build this, and good things ahead. Appreciate it.